I like to call this video a semi-serious one, because we're going to be talking about a particularly serious matter, but because of how much this person's name has been destroyed, has been obliterated, and how many people now know exactly what this person did, I find it very unlikely that this person's going to get anything his way ever again. Oh, who am I talking about, you may ask? Well, we're talking about our good friend, Heavy the Squid. I'm sure a lot of you may remember who he is. I know I haven't forgotten who he is. I mean, a man who has a face that looks like this and is willing to send stuff like this to kids. Who can't forget him? However, it seems that under this week alone, even just a couple of days ago, there has been hundreds and thousands of people who have now been introduced to the world of Heavy the Squid and all the actions he did. The video Doomsday made about Heavy the Squid? Well, by the time I'm recording this, it's reached over 400,000 viewers. You know what that means? That's 400,000 people who have been warned about this person and know not to interact with him. And most importantly, won't have a 25, 26-year-old man knocking on your door, wanting to do those things in the roleplays in real life. The one thing that does stand out from all of this, however, is that all the attention that Ellie has been getting, the one who unfortunately had to be the one engaging in that relationship. Could you imagine what it would be like if she was still in that relationship today? But of course, I don't want to spend all day talking about what I already talked about in my past video. This video itself is going to be dedicated solely in what Heavy the Squid decided to do after these videos were made, and also the fact that Heavy the Squid seems to think he could come back into the community. But let's start with the normal and casual, everyday things that we know that Heavy is known for. And that's playing the victim. I mean, when Pick made the video, he was apparently an attention whore. He just wanted subscribers. Wasn't really the exact same when I made my video. The drama will never end. I am doomed. They keep talking about this 7-month-old drama. Oh, but let's not forget my personal favorite one. Shivers in depression. What amount of pain, suffering, and drama you would have to do in order to get someone to shiver in depression. I mean, all I did was particularly make a video about what you did, but you want to know what a man who shivers down in depression ends up still being able to do? Well, that, my friend, ends up being the janitor of his very own YouTube channel. You may notice some people posted false news about me and sended white knights against me, but from now on, my channel will be more strict. Only good comments will be allowed to be posted, because if someone is posting cyberbullying comments on my videos, they get a block, and their comment will be not approved to be posted. I mean, this is the same guy who wants to take revenge on people by making collab videos and kicking them out of the community. Can't they just forget about all of this and move on, cause this fake ass drama drives everyone crazy? I have done nothing wrong, and that's final. I mean, I should just change my channel to CNN if all I'm doing is reporting fake news. I mean, Heavy the Squid might seem to be more than meets the eye if I look at it in that perspective. I mean, maybe he's just a very generous guy who can't take no for an answer.
Sometimes I started the roleplay in the internet, sometimes she started the roleplay in the internet with me. And I couldn't say no. I don't know why. I'm just a guy who can't say no so much.
Isn't that probably the most generous thing anyone has ever said? He just can't say no. I mean, according to this, it makes it seem like age didn't even matter. Heavy's just generous. He can't look at an age and say, oh, that's maybe a legitimate reason why I shouldn't do this. He just can't say no. You know, that's the type of guy you look at and say, I want this guy to look after this preschool full of children. But even after all I could do about Heavy, it seemed like he didn't want to delete his account. He wanted to be very firm. He wanted to stand his ground. He was going to turn his account into a safe space, but he didn't want to terminate his YouTube account. I need a weapon, one that's big, one that's explosive, one that's made out of nuclear weapons. But even on the outside, when he was apologetic and just tried to make amends on his final farewell, You couldn't really leave it at that. Let's see how Ellie will suffer when my fan base find out that I closed my channel. She will suffer more pain from my fans. I think you guys can't get over a past which is so fucking immature from you all. I am not a pedo. You don't even know who the hell I am in reality. Oh, I think we know exactly what you're like in reality. To be honest, Ellie is the reason the Splatoon Gmod community is fucked. Exactly. She is fucking up the community with lies towards others. If you like it or not, I'm giving up my channel. Ellie has driven everyone crazy with these fucking lies. If there's one thing that I can take from all of this, it's very simple. You're not sorry that you did this. You're sorry that you got caught. The man that really puts the name Heavy in Heavy the Squid was gone from the internet. I mean, I don't really think Heavy the Squid's gonna return back to YouTube, right? Oh, I wish I could say that. But you know, Medicure mentioned that he would have loved it to see if Heavy the Squid was able to return and try to find his way back into the community. There's only one problem, Heavy. You got caught. Not by me, however. Some of you out there may know a person who goes by the name LOL Attack Productions. He's been trying to expose Heavy the Squid for quite a long time. In fact, it was because of this same person that we were able to find these sexual role-playing messages. Well, Lotac ended up messaging me on Discord stating that Heavy seems to be hiding under another person. So I'm editing this video currently at the moment, and what I noticed is that on Heavy the Squid's Steam profile, the original Steam profile, he's actually been community banned. So this basically plays a lot more evidence in why he wants to make a brand new Steam account, because when you're community banned, you can't add anyone as friends, you can't make Steam groups, you can't really interact with anyone in the Steam community. I mean, I'm not surprised by this. Now, as you know, I didn't want to jump straight to conclusions. I wanted there to be enough evidence to know that this was exactly Heavy the Squid. Oh, but when Lowell says he's going to deliver, oh boy, does he deliver. And as you can see what he circled, it's pretty weird to see it come from a guy called Wild Deadeye. You and Ellie make a big mistake. You will regret this. Make nonsensical drama. You know what? Tell Ellie all her shipping videos we both made, and this will not be a joke. You and Ellie are jerks. Total backstabbers. LOL Attack, please delete this video. You make the community worse. And I am not joking. Isn't this something in particular you would expect from a guy called Heavy the Squid? What's this Wild Deadeye taking his place? Alright, so it turns out that when I recorded this, he was still known as Wild Deadeye, but apparently he's changed his profile pic and name to Captain Putis, and he's also set it to private. So it doesn't matter if you see Captain Putis or Wild Deadeye, they're both still the exact same account. So here we have the Wild Deadeye Steam account. Seems all casual, seems all normal. He doesn't accept random invites, and he's a gamer on the internet who plays various games like TF2, ETS2, Grand Theft Auto, and many other Nintendo games. Oh, maybe I shouldn't retaliate so harshly. I mean, everyone loves Nintendo games, and Wild Deadeye seems to be a very hard internet gamer. Although he seems to be new for being a gamer on the internet. Oh, but wait, it seems that there was another name before Wild Deadeye as well. Emerald Squid. Oh, Emerald. Why does that ring a bell in the back of my mind? Ooh, if only I wasn't colorblind. You know, he can have 4 games in his possession and he can review every single one in 6 minutes. I know, it's really impressive. Here he is, 10th of the May. He reviewed TF2 at 1:54 p.m. But then suddenly, 3 minutes later, he was able to give a good paragraph of Grand Theft Auto 5. And you think that's impressive? Just 2 minutes later, he was able to give a review of Gary's Mod. And if you think that's impressive, oh boy, that's nothing compared to 1 minute he was able to review Euro Truck Simulator 2. Oh, I don't think many of you actually know this, but hidden secret, Wild Deadeye is actually quite a popular guy of the internet gaming community. I mean, could you believe he has 12 friends on Steam? and all of them look so familiar. I mean, he knows Awesome Bob Glitchy 4, and he seems to be a big fan of SMG4. I wonder who else was a fan of that channel. Are you telling me you don't know who Mr. Madness 02 is? I mean, he's the one who has a little baby Heavy the Squid and his Steam group as the very first group on his profile. Oh my god, is that cute Yoshi Lover? The actual 15, 16-year-old girl I mentioned in my past video? But don't feel left down. If you want to be friends of Wild Deadeye, all you have to do is notify the 4 magic Discord numbers. That's 3842. That's right, 99 cents a minute. Call now and get a fat man in a pair of underpants completely free. That's 3842. Oh, I just can't handle it. I can't take the tension anymore. I want to call up the internet gamer, and I want to tell him exactly how I feel. I can't wait to call up those 4 magic numbers and be directed towards Heavy the Squid so I can tell him how much of a big fucking idiot he is. Really. Just, really. Let's be serious for a second here, alright, Heavy? I mean, you changed your Discord server name, and you thought that they weren't going to notice that you somehow decided to change your identity? Especially at this point of time when everyone, hundreds and thousands of people, were realizing that you were a child abuser and a sexual predator? Wow. Just wow. I am honestly impressed by your large intelligence. Your brain must be incredibly massive. I'm gonna put this very simply, Heavy. Your days of trying to be a YouTuber and trying to be an online personality are finished. Everyone knows what you look like. We all know what you sound like. We all know how you type. We all know the people you're friends with. We all know the programs you use. We all know the video games you play. And we all know how you retaliate. But most importantly, we all know how unbelievably stupid you are. But I wonder if stupidity runs in your family, 'cause I don't really think it does. Especially when your biological brother ended up discovering everything about this. How does it openly feel to live in this world knowing that your brother has to live with this massive pain in his heart that he failed as a brother? And even when your family is suffering about this, you're willing to still open your mouth and blame Ellie. When I made my video about you, I was stupid enough to believe that you could change. I was stupid enough to believe that you could realize what you did wrong and seek help and fix yourself. And when you are openly willing to be this fucking stupid in trying to come back and failing so badly, all I can do is just point and laugh. Point and laugh of how much of a fucking waste of a human being you are. You want to be well known on the internet and you want to establish some type of a career? Allow me to summarize your legacy in a nutshell. Your legacy is that you are a disgusting human being who is incredibly selfish. You are someone who will blame everyone except for yourself. You are someone who will only apologize when they get caught. You are someone who will love playing the victim. You're someone who loves to get sympathy. You're someone who doesn't give a fuck about his brother. You're someone who doesn't care about the reputation of his family. And the cherry on top of all of this is that you are too fucking stupid to come back on this website because you don't know how to hide yourself properly. May you continue to shiver in depression because you fucking deserve it.